Hi, this is John for Outstanding Poker. Got another video for you. This is to do with value betting the river, but mainly value betting pretty thin. I'm going to look at some of the maths behind it so that, let's say, if you've been making quite a few thin value bets and you keep getting called, and there's a chance you might be value betting just a little bit too thin. So there's a way that you can check uh, some math to figure out if you are uh, value betting thin in the correct places. Right, okay, so I've got this hand which is pretty interesting. Check, check. And then this Zoltan Pepper steals from the button with a 32% range. And then this player here, don't know what his name is actually, let's go back. Kingfer. He flats, which he's going to do tons of times because he's got a super, is a classic loose passive. So look. Call open raise from the small blind 57. That's tons of hands, right? So I stacked pretty deep actually. I actually thought this was a 50 no limit when I was looking at it earlier. So obviously I wasn't paying enough attention. I just looked at the stack sizes. But anyway, yeah. So this is a 25 limit table. So we have some deep stacks here, over 200 big blinds deep. That's fine. I decided to actually three bet because I expected this guy to fold a high percentage of the time. Let's have a look. It's fold to three bet on the button. His fold to three bet on the button is still 50%, so he's going to fold a high percentage of the time. But then also this guy hasn't folded to a three bet yet. So my thought process was three bet to ISO this guy and hopefully get the more solid player out of the pot, and then I'll end up playing in position versus king. Right. So three bet pretty big, and it worked out really nicely. So obviously quite difficult to put this guy in a range. I've only got 92 hands on him, and I don't expect him to call every single time there. I expect him to, over time, for this to perhaps change to calling like, or folding 20% or something like that. And perhaps his calling of an open raise might drop a little bit. There's a chance he might be picking up loads and loads of hands that he feels are good enough to play, and he hasn't been getting any of the really crap hands that he folds. So, but you never know. But let's just we'll have to make an assumption about his calling range pre-flop, and I've used Combinator for this. So basically, I'm giving this kind of calling range as a strong chance it could be a lot wider than 19%. Strong chance that it could be more aces. But we have to make an assumption. I've only got 92 hands on the players, so there's not going to be enough instances as where he's actually called a bet, but he's probably got maybe some more aces, kings, jack nine, stuff like that. But I've decided to give him this range for now, just for the purposes of this video. It seems like it could be a pretty decent range. I do expect him to actually. His like pre-flop raising range is 2%, and he hasn't three bet yet. 2.6% is these hands here, so I would expect him to perhaps be raising them hands, and it wouldn't surprise me if he three bets them as well. Like he hasn't three bet yet, or maybe three bets ace and kings. But we'll give him that. What we're saying is I've taken them hands out because I expect he might three bet them. There's a chance it might not. I haven't got enough hands on him yet, so I just don't know. But generally, even some of these real loose passes will still pre-flop raise them, and also they'll look to three bet them pre-flop as well. Seems to be pretty standard for them. Okay, maybe there's some more suited hands that he might have. Just difficult to tell with only such a small sample size. Anyway, let's keep going. So Not the best flop, not the worst flop, but probably in front of quite a lot of his range when you think about it. So